Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're turning our attention to one of the most respected and consistently impressive names in Swiss watchmaking, Tissot. Founded in 1853 in the watchmaking heartland of Locle, Switzerland, Tissot has spent over 170 years proving that Swiss precision, genuine craftsmanship, and accessible pricing are not mutually exclusive. From professional dive tools to elegant dress watches, motorsport chronographs to heritage reissues, Tissot covers more ground and covers it more convincingly than almost any other brand at its price level. These are 10 of the finest Tissot watches available today, each one a compelling argument for why this brand continues to earn the loyalty of collectors and everyday wearers around the world. Let's get started. Number 10. Tissot PRX Powermatic. 80. The Tissot PRX. Powermatic 80 is one of the most striking value propositions in Swiss watchmaking today. Its integrated bracelet design draws clear inspiration from legendary luxury sports watches of the 1970s, delivering a look that punches well above its price class. Powered by Tissot's Powermatic 80 movement, it boasts an impressive 80-hour power reserve, far beyond what most competitors offer at this price point, while maintaining excellent accuracy with a silicon balance spring for superior anti-magnetism. The slender case sits beautifully flat on the wrist, and the sunburst dial textures catch the light in a way that feels genuinely premium. Whether you choose the classic steel and blue dial or explore the bolder colorway options, the PRX Powermatic 80 is a watch that earns compliments in any setting, from the boardroom to weekend brunch. It is the perfect starting point for this list, and the perfect entry point into the Tissot universe. Number 9. Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silicium. The Tissot Gentleman Powermatic 80 Silicium is exactly what its name promises, a refined, quietly confident dress watch for the modern gentleman who wants Swiss automatic quality without unnecessary complication or expense. The clean, slim case and understated dial design make this one of the most versatile watches in the entire Tissot lineup, transitioning effortlessly from a business suit to smart, casual weekend wear. What elevates the gentleman above ordinary dress watches is its Powermatic 80 Silicium movement, featuring a silicon hairspring that provides exceptional resistance to magnetism, a common enemy of mechanical watch accuracy in our electronics-saturated daily lives. The 80-hour power reserve means this watch will still be running after a long weekend off the wrist. Sapphire crystal and solid construction round out a package that asks very little of your wallet while delivering a great deal of Swiss watchmaking substance. Elegant, practical, and thoroughly dependable. Number 8. Tissot Seastar 2000. Professional. The Tissot Seastar 2000. Professional is Tissot's most serious dive watch, a genuine professional-grade instrument built to perform in demanding underwater environments and certified to prove it. With an extraordinary 2,000 meters of water resistance, a helium escape valve for saturation diving, and a robust unidirectional bezel, the Seastar 2000 Professional is not a lifestyle dive watch masquerading as a tool. It is the real thing. The bold, highly legible dial with generous superluminova application ensures maximum readability in low-visibility underwater conditions, while the solid screw-down caseback and reinforced crown system lock out water with absolute confidence. The rubber strap is purpose-built for underwater use, comfortable under a wetsuit and resistant to the elements. For the serious diver, the ocean professional, or the watch enthusiast who wants a dive watch with legitimate depth rating credentials, the Seastar 2000 Professional is one of the most capable Swiss options at anywhere near its price. Number 7. Tissot Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80. The Tissot Seastar 1000. Powermatic 80 is the sweet spot of Tissot's dive watch lineup, offering 300 meters of water resistance, a clean, sporty aesthetic, and the superb Powermatic 80 automatic movement in one exceptionally well-priced package. Where the Seastar 2000 Professional is built for extreme professional use, the Seastar 1000 is the dive watch for the rest of us, fully capable of handling any real-world water activity while looking sharp enough to wear comfortably on land. The unidirectional ceramic bezel insert adds both durability and a touch of premium visual quality that stands out at this price point. The dial is clean, bold, and instantly readable, exactly what a dive watch dial should be. On the integrated rubber strap or optional steel bracelet, the Seastar 1000 Powermatic 80 has a presence on the wrist that feels genuinely substantial. This is a dive watch that does everything you need and nothing you don't, executed with characteristic Swiss precision. Number 6. Tissot Locle Powermatic 80. The Tissot Locle Powermatic 80 is named after the Swiss town where Tissot was born, and it carries that heritage with considerable grace. This is Tissot's definitive dress watch, a timepiece that prioritizes elegance, restraint, and the kind of quiet refinement that never goes out of style. The 39mm stainless steel case, the guilloche-patterned dial, and the exhibition case back displaying the automatic movement all speak to a watchmaking tradition that stretches back generations. The Powermatic 80 movement inside ensures 80 hours of power reserve and silicone hairspring accuracy within this beautifully dressed package. On a leather strap, the Locle wears with a formality appropriate for black tie events, yet its modest proportions make it equally comfortable at a business meeting or a family dinner. The Locle Powermatic 80 is the watch you buy when you want something that will still feel relevant, still feel right, and still draw admiring glances decades from now. Number 5. Tissot Chemin de Tourelles Powermatic 80. The Tissot Chemin de Tourelles Powermatic 80 is one of the brand's most distinguished and architecturally compelling dress watches, a timepiece that draws its character from the rich history of horology rather than from contemporary trend chasing. The name references the watchmaking workshops of old Locle, and the watch itself feels like a living connection to that tradition. The deep layered dial design, with its concentric textures, applied indices, and elegant Dauphine hands, has a three-dimensional quality that rewards close inspection. The Roman numeral chapter ring on certain references adds further classical gravitas. Powered by the reliable Powermatic 80 caliber with its impressive 80-hour reserve, the Chemin de Tourelles is technically accomplished beneath its refined exterior. This is the Tissot for the collector who appreciates the dress watch tradition and wants something that feels genuinely classical without veering into stuffy or dated territory. Sophisticated, considered, and quietly special. Number 4. Tissot Heritage Visodate Automatic. The Tissot Heritage Visodate Automatic is a masterpiece of vintage revival, a watch that captures the charm and character of mid-20th century Swiss watchmaking with such authenticity that it feels less like a reissue and more like a genuine piece of history. The Visodate name comes from Tissot's original 1953 model, which was one of the first Swiss watches to feature a date window at 12 o'clock, a then revolutionary position that gave the watch its distinctive, instantly recognizable face. The modern Heritage Visodate faithfully recreates that layout, with its warm dial tones, vintage-style typography, and domed crystal that gives the watch a beautiful, period-correct silhouette. The Powermatic 80 automatic movement brings contemporary reliability to a thoroughly vintage package. On a leather strap, especially the textured vintage-style options, the Heritage Visodate is simply one of the most evocative and personally meaningful watches Tissot makes. It wears like a story on your wrist. Number 3. Tissot PRX 516 Chronograph Auto. The Tissot PRX 516 Chronograph Automatic is a motorsport watch with genuine racing pedigree, and in a catalog full of impressive timepieces, it stands out for its uncompromising character and driver-focused design. PRS stands for Performance Racing Sport, and the 516 references the 516 horsepower of the engines that Tissot was associated with during its decades of motorsport partnership. The result is a watch that looks and feels like it belongs in a racing paddock. A bold, purposeful chronograph dial with tachymeter scale, a robust automatic chronograph movement, and a case architecture that prioritizes function without sacrificing visual drama. The perforated leather strap echoes the texture of racing gloves, tying the design back to its trackside inspiration. For the motorsport enthusiast who wants a mechanical chronograph with real attitude and authentic racing credentials at a Swiss automatic price, the PRX 516 chronograph is an outstanding and frequently overlooked option. Number 2. Tissot T-Race MotoGP Limited Edition. The Tissot T-Race MotoGP Limited Edition is Tissot at its most bold, its most dramatic, and its most unashamedly exciting. A watch built to match the speed, color, and intensity of the fastest motorcycle racing championship in the world. As the official timekeeper of MotoGP, Tissot has produced a long line of T-Race editions celebrating this partnership, and each limited release captures the energy of the sport in a way that few branded watches from any manufacturer manage to achieve. The high-contrast racing livery, the skeletonized dial revealing the movement beneath, the vibrant color accents, and the chronograph function all combine to create a watch that looks like it's moving even when it's standing still. Limited production numbers make each MotoGP edition a genuine collector's piece, a watch that marks a specific season, a specific moment in the championship's history. For the MotoGP fan or the motorsport collector, the T-Race MotoGP Limited Edition is an annual event worth watching for. Number 1. Tissot Heritage 1973 Chronograph. The Tissot Heritage 1973 Chronograph takes the top position on today's list, and it earns that place by doing something rare and remarkable, combining historical authenticity, mechanical excellence, and visual beauty into a package that feels genuinely irreplaceable. The Heritage 1973 is a faithful recreation of one of Tissot's most celebrated vintage chronographs, originally produced during the golden era of mechanical watchmaking when Swiss chronograph movements were at the absolute peak of their cultural prestige. The manually wound Lamania-based movement inside is a direct connection to that heritage, a movement with a long and distinguished history in Swiss fine watchmaking. The Panda dial layout, with its white registers on a white or black base, is timelessly beautiful and immediately legible. The vintage-correct case proportions, the domed Hesalite crystal, and the period-accurate pushers all contribute to a watch that doesn't just look vintage, it feels vintage in the most meaningful sense. On a leather strap, the Heritage 1973 Chronograph is a window into the most storied chapter of Tissot's history, worn on your wrist every day. It is the watch that reminds you why mechanical watchmaking matters, why heritage matters, and why Tissot, after more than 170 years, continues to be one of the most important watch brands in the world.